This is not a mukbang, I'm sorry. Well, hello, I'm Irrelevant, and here's the story. Today, I thought I would sit down and tell you guys about the various times I've had contact with the police. The police. No, like I've never been like arrested or anything, but I've gotten pretty close to it. Not that I do anything like dangerous or like outrageous or dramatic or anything like that. I'm actually a really good kid. Just some things happen and the police get called. Let me get one more bite. Well, here we go. So the first story, when I almost got arrested, wasn't arrested. So there was this little boy, we can call him, let's say Dustin. So this kid, Dustin, so he moved to our neighborhood or whatever, and everything was good and dandy or whatever. So if you know, well, you probably don't know, but I have a little sister, right? She's 4 years younger than me, and so this Dustin kid's maybe like 2 years younger than me. So he's 2 years older than her. Yeah. So anyhow, this kid, he's just sitting there telling our friend, like, ooh, I wanna do nasty things with his sister. And so of course this friend tells us, and by us I mean me and my older brother. So we're just like, no, you're not about to do anything with my little sister. So we confront him, and it just so happens that when we confront him, my older brother has a baseball bat. We might actually still have that baseball bat. Be right back. Okay, so I can't find the bat. It's probably in the garage somewhere. But it is a very nice day outside, might I add. I'm gonna do a cartwheel. Come on. So anyway, so this kid, so we go and confront him, and he runs in the house. We're just like, hey, we want to talk to you. My older brother with his bat, or whatever. I guess that was scary. So we go up and we walk to his house, right? And his mom comes out the door and it's just like, don't come messing with my kid. Leave my kid alone, you bunch of bastards, and blah, 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 blah. And it was a whole production. So she starts cussing at us. She's threatening to call the police. She's saying a bunch of crazy stuff. My older brother's like, okay, bitch, we're gonna go get our mom and see how you like it, right? Not to be that person, but you know a black mom is not about to have no one just go cuss at her kids. So our mom comes out of the house, and now she's walking through the backyard around to their house. So my mom knocks on the door, bang, bang, bang. Kind of like that meme that kind of goes like, open the fuck up. So she goes over there, she does that. That was so disgusting. So our mom knocks on the door, bang, bang, bang. She opens the door and she goes, oh my God. My mom's like, yeah, oh my God, bitch. My mom is crazy. Now my mom's in their mom's face. Ooh, Jesus. And my mom's just like, you cussing at my kids, cussing at my kids. You can't cuss at me, cuss at my kids, blah, 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 blah. And so the lady, she tries to close the door. My mom puts her foot between the door and it's like, ah, my ashy feet. I need lotion. Boy, I almost forgot about my fucking noodles. Once again, not a mukbang, I'm just talking. So now with all that said, you probably think my mom's crazy. She is, but she's actually a really sweethearted, kind woman. She has her moments, obviously, because like, parent. But she's really a nice person, but you don't mess with their children. You never mess with a mama bear's cubs. Because she's coming for you, boo. So they've argued. The lady's like, I'm calling the cops, I'm calling the cops. My mom's like, go ahead, call the cops. Tell them we live at, I'm not gonna say our old address because why would I do that? So of course the cops show up. Nothing happens. They just knock on the door like, hey, did you try to assault this woman? My mom's like, no, I never touched her. Did I push her door back when she had to close in my face? Sure, officer. But did I ever touch her? No, officer. So the officers leave. That's time number 1. Because there's more. Now this time I probably shouldn't tell you the story. Sorry, Mom. This time the police got called. It's me, my older brother, and my 2 cousins, Mike and Treya. Now we were bad little kids. I mean, yeah, we're pretty bad. So here's what they did. What we did. So we found this like line of like nails for like a nail gun, right? So what we decided to do was lay them across this alley by our house because that's what children did by our house. So we waited like around the corner And of course, a car came. So this car came, and they were speeding, and they ran right through it, and their tire popped, and it was probably the loudest sound I've ever heard in my entire life. And like, so we start running. We're just like, oh my God. So we're running. We are gone. So we get to my cousin's house, only to find out that the person's tire that we popped was my cousin's mom's friend. She called the police. The police didn't come. They didn't know who did it, but they still called the police. And the police were like driving around the neighborhood looking for people. We were on the porch, and the police kind of pulled up, was like, hey, did you see anyone doing anything? We're just, no, officer, we didn't see anybody. That was time number 2. There's more. Now this time is kind of the same thing as like the first one. So we were playing football in our backyard. Now this it's not like an individual like fenced off backyard, no. It's like a big group backyard where it's a giant field and there's multiple houses that all kind of share this backyard. But we were like the only kids, and not the only kids, we're like the main kids that were always outside and doing things. So we're just active children. Believe it or not, I was active once upon a time. So we're playing football, we're just throwing it. Yeah, I play football. Me too, bitch. So we played football, we were throwing the ball around, we were tackling and everything else. So we go to kick the ball in like a field goal type thing, and it hits the back of this house. This lady, I don't know her name, she was just like it was weird. Like, it's not like we've been repetitively hitting her house. It's not like we've been doing it repeatedly. Like, this happened once, and she comes out her window, and it's just all types of anger. You almost hit my satellite with your football. First of all, we didn't come anywhere close to her satellite. She was saying it like it happened repeatedly, and it didn't. Like, it did not happen repeatedly. So she's just like, if you hit my house or my satellite again, I'm calling the police. So me and my older brother, the smart asses that we are, we throw the football at her house. She comes out the window, I've had it, I'm calling the police. So the police show up. Now they're asking for our names. Like, they're like, okay, what's your name? I'm like, hey, I'm Ty. And they're running our names through their system to see if we have like criminal records. So basically, they only let us go is because we don't have like a record. Like, we're not known troublemakers. That is the only reason the police did not take us in that day. God bless. That was time number 3. There's more. So now this time, I guess you could say it kind of was our fault. I mean, they're all kind of our fault. This is really dramatic. So now what had happened is, we are walking on, okay, so if you like know, like Canton in this, like, if you know the city, there's like, sure there's multiple roads, but there's like this one big road that everyone knows, and everything kind of goes back to this road, which is Tuscarawas Avenue. Tusk for short, because no one wants to say Tuscarawas Avenue. So we're just walking down the street from McDonald's. So me, my cousins, and my older brother are walking down Tuscarawas Avenue, because we're trying to get back to our house after we had just sat at McDonald's for like 4 hours because we didn't have Wi-Fi. So we're walking back. We have like suckers that we found in our pockets because we just had random things in our pockets. Little kids always have random things in their pockets. We're sitting in our pocket, and my cousin Mike throws his in the air. He just throws it back in the air. First of all, littering is a no-no. We don't litter in this house. That's not how we rock. But we were young. We were stupid then. We have grown. Thank you. So he throws it in the air, and I guess it hit this guy's windshield. So this guy, like, we're about to cross the street, he cuts us off and stops his car in front of us. And he's just like, you want to throw your freaking sucker or whatever that was at my windshield? You know how much this windshield cost? You almost broke my windshield? And we're just like, oh, we didn't do anything. See, at first Mike didn't tell us he threw it. But the guy, he's like, okay, I'm calling the police. So now this man, like, going somewhere, and we're like trying to walk faster. We're just like, okay, we gotta get home. I'm the smart one in here. I'm just like, hey, let's get off this street and go around. Like, he's probably gonna think we're still gonna be on the street. He told the cops, hey, we're gonna be on the street. So if we're not on this street, guess who's not gonna get stopped by the police today? They were like, no, I ain't scared. Well, no, let me specify. My cousin Treya and my older brother Trey. Yeah, I know, you're probably thinking, wow, cousins Trey and Treya. Yeah, their birthdays are also 3 days apart. So now they're just like, no, they're probably like 13 or so now, like in this story. So they're just like, no, I don't, man, I'm a teenager, I go to middle school and blah, blah, blah. I'm not gonna get off the street, I'm gonna keep walking this street, blah, blah, blah. Soon enough, the police show up. They also cut us off. And they're just like, okay, you wanna throw things at cars? Well, now you're in trouble, guys. Now you are in trouble. First of all, this man, I mean, I get it, you know? Like, if something would hit my car, I'd be pretty upset too. But there was no scratch, because we checked. There was no crack. There was no evidence that his car had even gotten hit with anything. He just knew it got hit. So my cousin Mike starts telling the police officer how this happened. So he's just like, hey officer, did I throw my sucker in the air? Yes. But did I throw it at his car? No. So basically Mike is explaining how he threw it, the sucker back, straight back. But because this is the main street, a busy street, cars are constantly passing. There's a wind, a breeze that's flying through all the time. What we figured out, so he's trying to explain to the cop, like, hey, I threw my sucker straight back, and the wind must have taken it to his car, because I didn't throw my sucker at his car. I wouldn't throw my sucker at his car, because we're poor, we can't afford to repay him. Yeah. The police officer's like, well, if you didn't throw it at his car, you would still be charged with littering. So, give me your names and your address, and let's sort this out. So at this point, now they're calling for backup. Because they are under the assumption that they're about to arrest all four of us for throwing a sucker in the air and the wind taking it and hitting this guy's car. But they're not going to be charging us with hitting this guy's car. They're charging us with littering. Fun. So they take our names and our addresses just once again to see that all of us have clean records. We've never done anything in our lives. We're not on any watch list. There's nothing at all. So what they do? They let us go. We walk back to our houses. We call our moms and we tell our moms, which actually our moms were very upset we didn't call them before, and everything's fine. We go home and we stopped walking to McDonald's for like a few weeks after that, but there's nothing on our here records, my guy. That is all I have for you today. That is the top 5 times I've been stopped and talked to by the police. I mean, yeah, there's a few more, but those aren't interesting stories. I'm not even sure if these were interesting enough, but you know, it's content. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below other things, like other stories you think I might have. Subscribe. Share. Why not? Alright, catch you on the flip side.